All right, and welcome on into DMS Adventurers Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. We are here for a brand new adventure today, a brand new setting, a brand new campaign, brand new level 1 characters. It's amazing. And finally, Ragnarok is getting his wish as to the character that he wanted to play for oh so very long. So,
2 years coming.
2 years, well, actually, 3, almost. Yeah, almost 3 years coming. But before we get into that, just want to go over our weekly D&D schedule here. I just want to remind you that we started a brand new campaign on Monday. Last Monday, we started Dragon of Icespire Peak with brand new level 1 characters. Join us for that as I am running that. I know, brand new everything, right? Almost everything. But I am joined behind the DM screen by Cause, as we are going to co-DM this Dragon of Icespire Peak. It is all kinds of awesome. So far, so good, and we're having a blast at it. Then, of course, we are right here for Eberron, which is a brand new setting that I have never played in, nor has, I believe, anybody but, I think, Bob is the only one that has gone into Eberron at all. And then on Saturdays, we do have our Strix 7 College of Chaos, which, although it is not a new setting, it is kind of new every week as to the trouble that they can get into. So, they get into...
Emphasis on the chaos.
Chaos, exactly.
We got a new level.
You did get a new level. Yes. So there are new shenanigans that they can get into. But all right, let us jump into our craziness that is Eberron. Let's see. I want to make sure and pull everything up before. Yep. Okay. All right. Also, just as a reminder to my players, if you are wanting to hear the music, it is Sirenscape is on. So, okay. All right. So, with
Real question is, what's going to be the first party pet?
For which campaign?
This one.
Oh, okay. I don't know which one is going to be the pet. The first pet. That's a good question.
Anything's a pet if you try hard enough.
I mean, it's true.
You're
the new pet.
Also, the murderer or the killer if you try hard enough.
All right. So, with that, let us jump over to this crazy, very different campaign that we've got going on within Eberron. Now, for those of you who are like I was and have no prior experience with Eberron, Eberron is from the Magic the Gathering game. It is a setting that they had within that. And we actually, we will be playing through what is called the Oracle of War, using the book from Eberron, which was Eberron the Last War. But we are going to be playing the Adventure League adventures that came out with them. Eberron Rising from the Last War is the content book. We are playing a campaign called the Oracle of War. Now, Eberron itself, unlike the Forgotten Realms or Faerun specifically, this is a brand new setting. It is brand new to us, brand new to the stream, to DMS Adventures Tavern. But one of the biggest differences within this area is that the fact that Eberron is separated from the material plane that we are used to. It is its own plane that does have the ability to be connected. However, that connection has been severed, and thus the connection between Eberron and the Forgotten Realms does not exist at this time. Now, to kind of give you a little bit of background before we do get started within this, it is a whole new world, it's true. Eberron itself has been having a lot of wars, as it were. Every child within Eberron knows the story of the dawn of time, and there were 3 cosmic beings that created 13 planes of existence, each one embodying a concept. Their final work, of course, was the material plane, where all ideas would become manifest, a realm that could know war and peace, life and death, order and chaos. However, one of the creators sought an ultimate dominion over this new reality, and in the process, struck one of the other creators and tore him apart. In the fight that ensued of these 3 cosmic beings, one, called Eberron, wrestled the Kryber, the one that sought the ultimate dominion, and bound the traitor in her coils, but could not defeat her. So Eberron became a living prison, a world that would forever contain the evil of this cosmic being. Now, this has always been more of a myth that explains why this world is not connected to that material plane, as the connection was severed to keep the evil within this. Now, Eberron is the world, the source of all natural life within this planet. Kryber, the entity, is the Underdark and the source of abjurations, fiends, and forever struggles against her bonds and yearning to destroy the world above. Now, because of these 2 cosmic beings, there has been forever a war, a conflict that seems to never fully get resolved. Since the first age of this world, there's been overlords and their armies, there's been forces of light from the Celestials that have, come down, but it seems that never was there a time where one side actually destroyed the other to the effect of having peace within this world. And this has gone on for millennia. Numerous civilizations rose during this time, only to fall. There were even giants that built mighty kingdoms on one of the continents that were devastated by a war with dragons. And today, the time period that we find ourselves, the year just after 998 YK, has only known through the remnants of what was left behind through the stories. Now, the modern age, this age that we currently reside in, consists of 5 nations that take up the planet here. The biggest one, the 5 nations take up this the right here. Yes, I totally thought Y2K when I saw it. It's true. The adventure takes place within the continent known as Khorvair. Now, this continent is where the 5 nations are. Now, each of these nations seem to have a unique cultural identity, which should totally not cause any problems whatsoever, right? You know, totally not. Recently, within the last less than a decade, the Treaty of Thronehold officially ended what was considered the last war. The last war came as the nations on this continent collapsed into a civil war, as nations became separate countries at odds with their neighbors. The last war, the big point that really changed everything within this continent, was the fact that one of those 5 nations was destroyed in a cataclysm known as the Morning. As that happened, the remnants of that nation, along with the other 4, came to a treaty known as the Treaty of Thornhold, officially ending that last war. And now these nations kind of maintain like a common set of laws and maintain diplomatic relations, but it is still not the greatest place, as it is by far devastated by the war and everything that has come from the past. Now, as we meet our adventurers here and we get into this story, let me let you in on the fact that each of these adventurers are from the world of Eberron, which means that each of these adventurers grew up during the time of the last war, as it has been less than a decade since it ended. So, we find that on the let's see here, on this continent that the adventures take place within, we are going to find ourselves within the area, the nation, or the previous nation of Cry, which is where it was devastated by the cataclysmic event known as the Morning, which now the remains of that nation is referred to as Mornland. And we actually are going to go ahead and find ourselves moved over, Mornland, exactly, thank you, to a tavern. It does sound fun, doesn't it? I'm actually going to go ahead and show you the continent a little bit closer here. This is the continent that we are adventuring on. Let's see here. There's totally, lots of things going on, but it is that center part that is known as the Moorland. And that is where our adventure will take place at this time. Now, with that, we find ourselves within a tavern, within just your random tavern, a random outpost, if you will, that we find just outside of the, and I'm actually going to transition over. So, with that, people do still live here, although they do not, only the tough really survive. Um, so we find ourselves within a tavern, and because Roll20 doesn't like extra tokens, I do not have a ton of tokens on there. All right. You do. Well, that's what it's called. You can rename it, but that's what it's called. I thought.
Because the palm pistol's one. It's a one and done.
Oh, okay.
And a D8. The regular pistol's a 4 shots and a D10.
Okay. Well, go ahead and add that one to your. It's in the gunslinger stuff, so go ahead and add that one.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So you have. Sorry, I added the wrong one since we redid the character sheet.
There's a lot of stuff, so it's cool.
There is a lot of stuff. So we find ourselves within the. It's an outpost known as Salvation. This outpost has sprung up within just the fringe of Mornland. And Salvation itself, the outpost that we find ourselves at, is populated, and this actually kind of answers the question that was coming from chat. It's populated by desperate scavengers hoping to make money by looting valuable items from the smoking remains of the area that they refer to as the Gray. Now, there's been a lot of scavengers about, and that has led to a lot of salvage crews and the like. And so, just a little bit of housekeeping before we meet the characters and stuff. Our players and I have agreed that we are not doing Pupspiration or Ashy Advantages for this campaign because there is a mechanic within this game called Hero Points, and that will make a difference. Yes, it is totally post-apocalyptic concept. Yeah, exactly. So with that, let's see here. All right. So the Gray Beyond is the name of the tavern. Is much like the rest of Salvation. Dirty, rough, uncouth, with a touch of magic in the air that could be the promise of riches, or just another vile spell wafting in from the Mornland to tear you limb for limb. Now, adventurers, scavengers like you come here to spend your hard-earned coin on expensive drinks and cheap food, sharing wild rumors and half-truths about the ruined nation of Cry. Some call it the Mornland, others call it the Grey. But it's the land of death, but also the land of opportunity for all who gather here. This tavern's common room is built around the salvage board, a place where brokers of salvation post bills for jobs they need doing in the Grey. And you all are aware that the board is the beating heart of the industry, and the jobs that it provides are your lifebloods. Now, we find ourselves within this tavern. Who would like to be the first to describe your character?
I'll go ahead and do it just to avoid the awkward silence.
Okay.
All right. So, Dorian, almost said Deacon there, distant cousin. Dorian Gray, no copyrights. He's a human. Variant human. He's bright blue eyes. He always dresses to the nines. A steamed shirt. I'm assuming or iron if they have irons.
Right, they do.
Very, very well pressed clothes. Polished shoes. See, he's got 2 on his belted picture, but right now he only has a single revolver on his right-sided hip. Always wears the vest. Neatly tied cornrowed hair. Always looks his best, except when they got the gloves on, because weird for a gentleman to wear gloves like that, but he is a gentleman through and through. And distant cousin to Deacon Black. Mm-hmm. They see each other every couple of years at the Gray-Black family reunion. which alternates locations depending on who's in charge of it. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and he is what background? I chose the Watcher, so he's like a private investigator slash law guy. Private
Okay.
investigator.
All right. All right.
I am drinking a mint julep right now.
Of course you are.
Nice.
All right. Okay.
Okay. I'll go next.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want.
Okay.
So I am Cinder Striker. I'm hooded and keeping my back to the wall in the shadows. I'm a rogue. I don't talk much. I don't want company necessarily. I'm here to do my job and get paid and just, not have any complications, hopefully.
Cinder Striker.
That is Cinder Striker.
Okay.
I think I decided half elf.
Yes, she is a half elf. You were in debate because you had made the token and you had a hood up, so you didn't.
Yeah, if I don't see the ears, I don't necessarily remember.
Yes. Yeah, she is a half elf. Okay. All right.
Kind of emo.
All right.
She's a little shit. She's a teenager still.
Fair.
After half elf years.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So Raven is an elven-looking woman,
Mm-hmm.
though her hair is strikingly different than what most elven women you would see have. It's a dark purple color, and her eyes themselves are purple. So she has the elven features, but looks different than the normal. She looks more drowish, even though her skin doesn't match that of a drow. She is carrying a staff with her, and she has a flute at her side. And currently she is sitting at the bar arguing with the bartender.
Which is a bugbear, by the way.
Yes.
Yes. I did put a bartender token up there.
Name is Alf.
I like him.
Yeah, of course his name is Alf. Yes. All right. Who would like to go next? And these guys have already gotten 2 treat times tonight.
Yay!
Wow. All right. Okay. So, who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Arthur Copperpot is an older human gentleman, dressed in what may have been nice clothes, but now sort of has a Pigpen-esque look about him, kind of dirty, and he's spends a lot of time crawling around in dungeons and dusty tombs as an archaeologist. I think I'm gonna leave it right there for now. He's probably curled up by the fire, maybe asleep, maybe dead. We're not sure.
Okay. We'll put him over here by the fireplace. Okay. All right. So that leaves only one more that we have with us tonight. Okay, Joe. What do you got? Did we lose Coop?
Hello, hello! Nice to meet you all. And you need a medic in need? Come to Joe Mo. Joe Mo is a halfling of healing. He wears a business suit for some strange reason with a top hat that has goggles on him. He's very snappy. He has a medical bag on his back with all of his tools and stuff.
On him.
Yep. And you may also hear some cracking noises, and that may be because he has some potions. But whether they're good or bad, he's not sure yet. He's still doing the development of proposals. And why he's not a trained medical person. Do you
Okay.
need a medical license? Nah, probably nothing.
Okay. All
I
right.
think people more just murder instead of suing.
Probably.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, it is with that we have met our adventuring party as it is right now. And as you guys look around this tavern, you know, yes, Joe Mo is the name that he has. Yes, Joe Mo.
Oh, mama.
So you look around and it is, you know, very much a seedy tavern. You have you know, people just you have like a half orc over in the corner that's drunk and just making random comments. You've got just all kinds of stuff going on. And it isn't too long before, as you're enjoying your drinks and you're enjoying the general din of this this tavern, that you see a what can only be described as kind of an older gnome man. Dirty. You're like, you know, torn clothes and the like. And you see he walks in from outside and immediately goes over and jumps onto this table. And you catch that as he does, a almost hush falls over the room. As it seems that everyone stops, even the bard kind of tones it down a little bit and just kind of does just light music, but you guys catch as somebody says, and Arthur, somebody right next to you goes, "Oh, Brackle's here again. He's gonna talk. Oh man!" And so you know this gentleman is named Brackle. So I'm gonna go ahead and put his name up there so you can see it. Now Brackle, as he stands up, he and he reaches down and he grabs a tankard off the table. And as he does, you see the person who was sitting there goes, "Excuse me." And he's like, "You'll be fine." And he takes a swig and the three great worms were always at war. They warred in the beginning when they made the war, and they war until it's over again in the end. Sybaris, the source of magic, was shattered into the sky. Kryber, master of secrets, was imprisoned under the earth. And Eberron, creator of life, now reigns over the world. But all will change soon. The prophecy says they warred over was written in the bones of the earth and the flesh of our people. And its words shall guide us to the end. And you see he stops. He seems to be done. He jumps down off the table, goes over to the chair across from Arthur, sits down, closes his eyes, and proceeds to go to sleep.
I like this guy.
And as the tavern patrons hesitate for just a moment, absorbing this declaration before they return to their spirited conversations that are around you.
Now, Alf, darling, I'm gonna talk to the bartender.
Yes?
We've been over this. We've worked on this every week. And every week you give me one night to perform. This is my night. You know all the patrons who would much prefer to see me perform in that shambly-looking bard on stage right now. And I need the funds. You know I always give you a cut. We have an agreement, and now you're telling me I can't perform tonight?
Well, I'm sorry. Well, the bard is the owner's nephew. I didn't have much of a choice. I'm sorry.
We all know the owner prefers me over his nephew. Okay.
Yeah, but he's got a. I don't know. I overheard him arguing, and apparently the nephew was complaining he wasn't getting enough time, and I don't know. I mean.
Now, do I need to go talk to the nephew and explain to him how this works? Because, you know, I don't want to have to go too full Raven on him, but you know I will. Either that or my man gonna have to come in again and deal with it.
Just wait. You can have tomorrow. I promise. I will make sure that he is not even in the tavern tomorrow.
Darling, I have stuff to pay for tonight. I take out my handkerchief and start dabbing my eyes. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I'll cover your drinks for tonight. Drink some food. You can pay me back tomorrow.
I'm just a doll, Alf. Thank you.
Yeah. Just don't say nothing to nobody else.
Of course not, Alf. You know, it's our little secret.
Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, you totally catch this going on. Totally catch it. As he kind of goes over and goes to the kitchen, grabs a plate of food and brings it back and sets it in front of Raven.
Can I have Jewel, please?
Well, of course.
Thank you, darling.
And he actually pulls one that was already made waiting for you underneath the bar.
Thank you so much, darling.
Of course.
If y'all getting food, might I get myself a nice plate of etouffee?
I don't know what that is, but I mean, I've got some random things in the back. I can do a plate like that one. And you look over, and the plate that he's done for Raven, I mean, it's the concept of an etouffee. It's just not fancy by any means. You've got what if it was in a fine dining restaurant anywhere other than Eberron, it might even be able to pass for it if it was just plated up better. But it's as close as you're gonna get here within Salvation. You got some meats, you got some cheeses, you got what might be fruit or looks sort of like it could be fruit stuff and vegetable stuff. Some root vegetable kind of things going on.
They say when in Eberron. Alright, I'll let y'all be putting together something.
I mean, there's always like the stew and stuff we've got. But, I mean...
No, my dear sir, you cannot possibly match the stew from where I'm from. Go on and put yourself something local in the plate. I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Just give me a little bit of time. I'll go, go get you something.
Take a sip of his drink.
Okay.
Kind of appraise the woman next to him. My dear, you are a vision.
Oh, well, darling, thank you. You know, it reminded me of the men back home. And you can see her kind of tense up, thinking about the men back home.
Well, I do remind me of a few fair ladies back home as well.
Huh. Oh, well, I'm sure they ain't as fair as me, you know.
As this conversation's going on, you see Alf, he sits a drink down in front of Cinder Striker before leaving into the kitchen.
A fascinating thing done brought y'all here.
Oh, well, I wanted to travel, you know. Get away from it all, and then the war happened, and, well, travel has been so-so.
It can be mighty dreadful.
I mean, I was coming here to look to make some little money for myself, but, oh, with the war, it's been tough. How about you? What brings you to this fine land?
I suppose I've been doing a bit of adventuring on my own. I've recently come across from plains unseen.
Ain't insane. Well, that sounds just dreadful.
It can be. But it is the family's choice, after all.
You come from a family of money, after all, don't you?
A bit of fair money on one side, the other side not so much. My cousin has found himself a nice niche in a circus as a bladesman of sorts.
That Witchlight Circus, I went there once. It was a fun time. Afterwards wasn't so much fun, but while I was there, it was a great time. Nice to escape every once in a while, you know, all the fey people.
They can be entertaining, but you must keep your wits about you.
Are his guns visible at his waist?
The one, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, darling, what are those lovely contraptions?
Oh, this in here is what I like to call a mint julep, you see.
Mmm.
A nice little device that helps me keep the ne'er-do-wells and other unpleasantries quiet.
I'll have to get me one of those. You know, the male population isn't always as gentlemanly as you are.
Actually,
As there's this pause, Cinder Striker, you see Elf comes back through and drops off a plate to you. And you see that it is a bowl of the stew that they serve here on a regular basis, and it's a bowl that is sitting on a plate, and you see this large chunk of bread that is on the plate with it. Kind of doesn't say a word to you, just kind of nods and moves on, and brings a
I'll
plate.
just nod back and like, thanks.
Yep.
Just start eating.
All right. And he brings over the plate, Dorian, that looks very much like what he had given Raven. This one seems to be just a tad better plated than Raven's. It's like he tried just a little bit harder. It's still not great, but I mean, he's doing the best he can with what he's got. And you know, he's like, here you go. Anything else I can get for you?
a drink for myself and one for my new lady friend here.
Okay, no problem. Same as you had before.
Actually,
What would you like, sir?
just put a few fingers of bourbon in a frosted glass with a hint of mint. A splash of the bubbly.
I don't have any frosted glasses. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that.
And a tad bit of ice.
What's... Oh, yeah. Oh. And he kind of looks over at Cinder Striker, and you see this look of, what's ice?
You know, that really expensive cold stuff that the boss won't let you have.
Oh, the frozen water stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't have that. I'm sorry.
It's one of the things that makes things nice that the boss man be cheap to get.
You know, Alf, it's fine. His drink will just taste just as well without it. Don't you worry.
I can add some water. It's kind of cold. A little.
That'd be fine, I'm sure, my good man.
Oh, okay. And you see, he goes over and picks up this. It's a ceramic jug of sorts, and he goes about making the drink. And when it comes to the part where it's supposed to be, ice or cold water in this instance, he picks up this jug and he pours just a little more than he probably should into the glass. Not understanding the whole ratio of what ice to water would be. But he makes you a drink.
When his drink comes, I'm gonna cast prestidigitation. I'm just gonna wave my fingers around a little bit and chill his glass.
Okay.
Don't worry,
That would be helpful.
don't worry, Alf, darling. You know I always cover you. You're such a sweetheart, after all.
I forgot you knew how to do that. Oh, well, there you go, sir. All in with your meal and drinks. You're looking at a gold?
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So Joe, you on the other hand, while you're sitting kind of over amongst some other random people, you haven't been going up to the bar. You actually have been being served by one of their the wait staff here within the tavern.
Joe has bottle service?
There is a like waiter that's been going around randomly around the room. And
Fancy.
It's not really. It's a warforge that works for the tavern. And you see them come up to you, Joe, and says, "Drinks, food, drinks, food."
Some food. Nothing too hot, please.
Cold food.
Oh, food. Yeah.
Okay. And they go over, and the three of you at the bar, you see this warforge. It is very much well, let me just name it for you, and it is kind of a obvious giveaway here. Let's see here. There we go. As you see this warforge come up to the table or the counter, you know who it is, right? If we're gonna have Alf behind the bar, we have to have the knockoff of a certain automaton that we all know and love. And he goes up to Alf and he says, "Cold food, 1." And you see, as soon as Alf acknowledges it, he leaves and he goes, and he wanders and he works his way around the bar, and seems to be like the vocabulary of this automaton is not very big.
Then you named it after the wrong droid.
I did name it after the wrong droid, but I liked that one better.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
I liked the play on it, so it worked.
We have C-3PO. We have C-3PO at home. C-3PO at home.
Mm-hmm. It worked as it was a play off of it. But
R2-D2 did manage to say a lot just in beeps.
That's true. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how I was gonna use that as the wording, so it worked. All right. So, as you guys are, and it's not too long, Joe, before the Warforged comes over and delivers you a platter of food, and it's actually it's a sandwich that is brought to you. Seems to be some kind of like a reminiscent of kind of a pulled pork sandwich, except you're not sure what kind of meat it is.
Yeah, man.
It could be whatever, I don't know. But it's a sandwich, and it's not hot. The meat is cold, so it is what you ordered. And he drops it down on the table in front of you and says, "Cold food." And
Yes.
he walks off. He goes over to Arthur, and he looks at Arthur and he looks at Brackle, and he says, sleeping. Okay. And he just turns and walks away.
I do that too, darling.
Yeah. So yeah, and it is during this point that you guys are, you're getting comfortable. You see that there's a couple of different, like, there's the salvage board, the board itself. We're gonna put it is on this wall down here. We'll do that. Yeah, that is the salvage board. I miss Cause drawing all my things for me. So, the salvage board is down there, and you did see, or and you've kind of been checking and whatnot. There are 3 bills on this board as of right now. But it's late. It's, you're having dinner, you're not sure what the plan is for tomorrow, but there's nothing on there that you're, like, super excited about, and definitely nothing that you would go and do on your own. And it is,
I will have finished my food, like, every last bit, not a crumb left.
Mhm.
And ask Al, same stuff on the board?
Yeah, it hasn't changed.
Great.
You should find you a group of people and go do one of them jobs.
That's a good joke.
Right? I thought so. I mean, the one kind of seems kind of cool. You just got to go ring the bell just after sunup for, no questions asked cash job.
Another good joke. I don't like Sunner people.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. Yeah. So, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe somebody else will put a thing on there that, might work for you. But I still think you should probably, work with somebody if you're gonna go out into the gray. Like, I don't want you to go out there by yourself. It's dangerous out there. This place, the turnaround over here is a lot. There's been a lot of people that have gone into the gray and, well, they don't come back out of the gray. Or if they do, well, they're missing stuff. But, I don't know. It's too bad you couldn't get on with Zaraha, the last time they came into town. But their group filled up real fast. And you remember there was this one adventuring group, this one salvage crew that run by an elephant woman. She kind of saved your life at one point by, from a group that, well, at least you think she did, because they they looked like they were gonna kick your butt. However, she kind of walked up and they just stopped. So, you figured, anybody who carries that much weight doesn't even have to say anything and people just stop would be a good person to, hang around with. But, yeah, her crew was always full. So, but, I mean...
That's what happens when you're good at your work.
It's true. I mean, last time I saw her, I heard there was even a waiting list to get onto her crew. Just, I don't know. But you should find somebody else like that. That would be good. That'd be good for you. Get out there. Get some stuff, make some money. Buy the bar so I don't have to work for, an asshole. I can work for you instead. As he kind of says this, he just kind of walks away, goes back in the kitchen. Knowing full well how much of a joke that is, you hear him, and the two of you also hear it's a big, belly laugh. He's like, I'm funny. Yeah, no, never.
That soft heart's gonna get you one of these days.
Yeah, I know. So I don't go out in the gray. No. So, with
Now,
that...
what's the job board? You can make money just by ringing a bell?
If you would like to go over to the job board, you are more than welcome to go look at the bills that are on there.
I was talking to Cinder Shark.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. Nothing really caught my interest.
It's gotta be better than sitting around all the time. I'm gonna get up and go look over at the board.
Oh, okay. And you see that there are 3 bills on the board. One says, speak to Bellalar at the salvage market about entering the gray to look for a missing scout. Joe, it's a good question what the meat is. I just want to point out. It's a good question.
It's an excellent question.
It's meat. It is meat.
You get something with the people who died in the grave.
You see a second bill says, a faithless scoundrel has stolen a relic from the Chapel of the Silver Flame. Visit Mother Johanna to assist her. And the third, the one that you overheard Cinder Striker and Alf talking about, says, ring the scrapyard bell just after sunup for a no questions asked cash job. And then underneath it says, expect danger.
Well, that's mighty ambiguous. Expect danger, but not at the time.
Did we hear all that?
I have the quest board, so you guys can see that these are the 3 quests that are up there. Haha, quest board.
I walk back over to the bar. Well, that one about the Mother Joanne doesn't sound too bad. Woman of the church, after all. What's the chapel for? Who is it? Is it just like a marriage chapel?
No, it's a, well, actually, you know what? Give me a religion check.
I'm so great at these.
Uh-huh.
I'm not terrible. I have at least 1. Yeah.
Yeah? You're not sure what the Silver Flame, the Chapel of the Silver Flame is? No idea.
Would I possibly know?
Give me a history or religion check, sorry. No. It's
Just
one
one
of
more.
That's less. You guys are super religious going on here, guys. Good job.
I will try. Do I hear any of this when they try to figure that out?
Give me a perception roll first. So it is kind of loud in here. Nope.
No, I'm too busy with this
You're
mystery meat.
yeah, you're still trying to
We're
figure
not-
out what the hell kind of meat this is.
Our average for this campaign so far is not going great.
We're off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, you guys. None of you have been to the Chapel of the Silver Flame, so you have no idea. You do know, I will give you this, all of you are from here, as in, like, from Eberron, the world. You know that there are many religions within Eberron. Most of them acknowledge the pantheon of the sovereign host and the Dark Six that follow that. But there are other religions that kind of connect specific cultures or communities together. However, none of you know which one the Silver Flame falls under. Nope, no idea.
I mean, I've never seen a flame that's silver before. Is it like a statue? Is it actually a flame? Will you burn yourself if you touch it?
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
I mean, how can it be to find a relic from a church, am I right?
So, while you're having this conversation back at the bar, we're gonna go back to get those off the screen here. You see that there comes a woman into the tavern, followed by a group of adventurers, and Cinder Striker, you immediately recognize her as you were just, as a matter of fact, talking about her. As she walks in and takes and kind of nods to the Warforge and says, "The usual," as she sits down with a group of adventurers. And you know, there's quite a few people with her. You see, you know, some dwarves, you see some elves. All of them kind of seem to be pretty either scary or even slightly just of the hardened variety. And you see that she sits down with her crew, and you know this as the person that you had been talking about, Zaraha. And as the automaton comes back, and Alf says, "The usual," and he goes, "Uh-huh. Okay. Give me a minute." And you see Alf goes and he pulls out 6 tankards, fills them with ale, puts them on a tray, and the automaton takes them over. And then not too long later, you see a large platter of various meats and cheeses and breads. And he sits that down on the counter as well, and the automaton takes it over and sets it in the middle of the table, and they just seem to chow down. They look real rough, but, you know, they are there and they are eating. Yeah. So, what do you guys do?
They look like the unsavory sort.
Yes, pretty much. But then again, so does most of the people that are in here.
True, but there are often levels to this sort of thing.
They seem pretty, I mean, they do not strike you as, anything other than a crew that works well together and just got back from, whatever job they were on and has a little bit of coin to spend and just here for a good meal and maybe a good bed to sleep in.
And I will continue eating.
Okay.
Olive just kind of waved when they came in, and then I'll go back to I have like a poker chip, and I'm doing those things where you like do the coins over your fingers and stuff.
Okay.
But
Cool.
not money. It's like a poker chip type.
Okay. As the evening progresses and they finish their meal, you see she kind of has takes up a spot at the end of the table, kind of shifting her chair around and just making it so that she can look around at the tavern, and she makes eye contact with you, Cinder Striker, and she kind of nods and pulls you, asks you to come over. Says, hey, surviving, huh?
I mean, yeah.
You been out in the gray yet?
No, not yet. Alf says I should make friends.
I mean, you don't have to be friends. They just gotta be companions, or even just associates, I guess. Friendship can come later. Just enough to know that they're not gonna stab you in the back. I mean, are you willing? Or you want to go out in a job? I mean, I saw there's three jobs up there.
Yeah, the mother doesn't like me, and I don't want to ring some random bell at sunrise.
I get it. Pan, I wish I could take you with me. We're going out into the moorland to seek some relics tomorrow morning, but, I mean, my crew's full. It wasn't too long ago that I had met a couple of the other people that are in here. I bet I could talk to them and get you a group together.
And just like hold my arms and like slide down in my chair more and hit the ground. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but come on, Cinder Striker. If you're gonna do this, you gotta be willing to work with other people. It's too dangerous out there to be by yourself.
I know. No, don't do it, Cinder Striker. You're gonna get yourself killed.
Well, yeah, I don't want you to get yourself killed, and then I have to go and I have to find the person who killed you, and it's a whole thing, and I don't want to do that. I mean,
Why is like me as a teacher?
wouldn't you rather just go out with a group of people, go get some stuff, bring it back, sell it for gold, come in here, be able to, buy things, and, maybe, I don't know, maybe get you some other weapons or something? I mean, whatever you want. Wouldn't you rather have that? All right, well, how about this? How about I'll go talk to some people, and if they're willing, if you're willing, if I can find you a group of people, say maybe 4 or 5 other people, would you be willing to go if I can get you a group together?
I trust you, yeah.
All right, and, it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. Like, you could go out on a job with them one time, come back to the tavern, and disassemble the group. I mean, it's up to you, really, but, like, I want you to have that experience. I know you've been training for stuff, and I think you'll do a good job. I mean, you're sneaky. You could totally do this. You just gotta have a group of people, especially a person who can heal. That's like the main thing. And you see her look over to the person sitting next to you and says, they are invaluable. The people that can heal are invaluable. And the person next to you is like, yeah, I am. And so, with that, do you agree if she can go and get you a group of people?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Go over. Go tell Elf
Back
to.
to my corner.
Well, tell him to put your next your drinks tonight on my tab.
Thanks.
Welcome. All right, and so you see Cinder goes back to the bar, and Alf says, "All right, what are you drinking? What's she paying for?"
Need some hard stuff.
He kind of looks at you and says, "All right," and pulls a bottle out from under the counter and pours you a glass. And I mean, we're not talking a tall glass. We're talking like 4 fingers worth into a glass, and sets it down. Hear who, Dorian?
Cinder.
Oh, okay. So Tori, you gotta speak up. So he sits down the drink and kind of walks away. Do you try it?
Yeah.
Okay. It is a like a hard apple cider. All right. So with that, the evening goes on, and Cinder, you keep an eye out to your friend here.
There's something in this sandwich. I know it made me sleepy. It made me a bit sick. I'm not sure what's happening.
And actually, Joe, as you're starting to not feel good, you see this this large elephant woman come over and says, "You okay, buddy?"
I don't think the sandwich agree with me. I'll agree with it. Whoever comes first.
Oh, don't worry. And she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "Yeah, I wouldn't really suggest eating the sandwiches around here. Yeah, like, I like the bartender guy. He's awesome, but he's not great at sandwiches. Just saying. But you, Joe, you feel this this sensation coming from her hand, and whatever poison or disease or whatever was going to happen from the sandwich, you're fine."
Ooh. I see you're one of the medical experts as well.
I dabble. I have some. Yeah. What brings you to this section? What brought you to Salvation? You headed into the Gray?
I'm thinking but I heard it's dangerous. I was hoping someone to accompany me to it.
You definitely should find more than just someone. You should take a group with you. I mean, and kind of looks over back at her group and says, "That's why we go together. I mean, you know, there's gotta have your dogs, you know?" And she kind of laughs to herself and she goes, sorry. We're known as the Gray Dogs. Sorry.
Great dogs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations of group of people? I'm a medic myself. Well, kind of. It's hard to explain, but I can do bits.
Well,
And if you want, let them know.
Well, I'm actually, that's kind of what I came over to talk to you about. I saw you were new. I figured I'd, check and see if you were part of a group yet. And kind of looks over at Cinder and says, "I'm working my way around trying to gather some people up for a well, let's almost call it a one-shot trip into the Gray. I myself, well, my crew is full, but I have a friend that wants to go out, and well, they need a crew to go with them, and so I'm kind of working on assembling one. You be willing to go out there if I can get you a crew?
Yes, most definitely.
Wonderful. All right. Well, let me keep going around, and what I'll do is I'll kind of send them over to you as I get people to agree. And you see, she looks over at all of the other people that are sitting at your table with you, and without a word, they just stand up and move to a different table.
Oh my.
You're getting this feeling that she is a big deal around here. But she says, "All right, what are you drinking? I'll have them bring you a drink."
I don't have any purposes, but you will have.
All right. And she kind of looks over and she goes, "Hey, D5. Bring him over my usual." And as she finishes saying this sentence, those of you at the bar, you already see Alf has gotten this bottle. It's the same bottle that Cinder got some of, and he's already pouring a glass and hands it to D5, and D5 brings it over. And so, Joe, you are sit down right in front of you is a glass of hard cider. And she says, "Enjoy, and
I
stay
hope
away
we
from the
will.
sandwiches."
Will do.
All right.
I take a glass and let's see what happens.
Okay. And yeah, it's good. It's good. Probably the best cider you have had in a very long time. And she kind of pats you on the back and she says, "Sip it. Don't drink it too fast."
Chug, 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 chug.
As she walks and leaves you, she walks over to towards the fireplace, and she sees these two over here, and she's like, "Oi." And she kind of looks over at Brackle, and you see she just shakes her head. And she looks down at Arthur, and she kind of puts a hand on his shoulder and kind of shakes him awake a little bit, and she goes, "Hey, Arthur."
Hey, yeah,
You up for a job?
yeah.
You gonna stay awake for the job?
Yeah, what job?
Well, I'm trying to get another crew together.
Okay.
I'm not running it. I'm not gonna be there, but I'm trying to get a group together for a friend of mine, and needs to make sure that, there's people that can actually handle themselves out in the gray.
Yeah. Who's the boss?
I don't know yet.
I'm in.
All right, go sit at the table with that guy over there.
Sure. Guy, which guy?
That guy.
Okay.
All right. And so, easily
Immediately
enough,
put my head back down on the table.
That's fair. And as she walks by you, she just kind of pats you on the shoulder and is like, "Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be interesting." And she kind of comes over to Cinder Striker and she says, "Well, I got two. See those two guys over there? You know, the one with his head down. That's Arthur. I mean, he's a good guy. I think he'll be a lot of help out when you get out there, but apparently he's real tired today. But that other guy, he seems to know his stuff. He should avoid sandwiches, but avoid sandwiches. But he says he's some kind of a healer, so I mean that'd be good for you. What do you think? That's two. I'm still working on my way around the rest of the room, but what do you think?
Sure.
All right. Why don't you ask Alf for the bottle and a couple glasses and take it over to the table? But hey, keep your wits about you.
Okay.
All right. So the two of you that are sitting at the bar with Cinder, give me a perception check.
Ooh. There we go. Those are the kind of rolls we want here.
There you go. That's much better. You see, she kind of has been going around talking to some of the other people within the bar, and you overhear a lot of them say, no, I'm on another crew. I just got hired on yesterday. No, I'm not going back out there anytime soon. It's too dangerous out there. And before too long, she comes and she sits down at the counter, and Alf walks over, and she says, "God, what is up with these people? Why are they even in Salvation if they don't want to go out in the gray? Or even if they do, why are they... God, I don't know. It's dumb." I was trying to get... And, Alf is just standing there and listening. And Z keeps going and says, "I was trying to find Cinder Striker a group. They've been wanting to go out in the gray for a while now. And, well, as much as I want them on my crew, I don't have room. And, it's a 6-man crew. We gotta stay at 6. That's the limit. Any more than that, and it's, trouble, Alf kind of, it's like, well, yeah, anything over 6 is just asking for some trouble. But, what are you gonna do? It's not like there's adventurers just hanging around the bar that don't already have jobs. You're lucky you got Arthur. And Z goes, "Yeah, I know. I just wish I could come up with like 1 or 2 more for Cinder. We got Arthur. Arthur can hold his own. He's a tinkerer, but he can hold his own. And that other guy, I think he said his name was Joe. He says he's a healer of sorts, so that's necessary. I wish there was a couple others. I don't know."
I'm assuming we overhear most of this conversation.
All of it. Every single word.
Do I get the sense that she's trying to use this conversation as kind of like an indirect way of asking us to help her?
Give me an insight check.
It's like, man, I sure wish I had a Pop-Tart right now in this box of Pop-Tarts.
Uh-huh. You have a feeling that she might just be doing that, as the volume of her conversation with Cinder and her volume with the conversation with Alf is just a touch higher and louder than the other one.
Second question, do I even know who this is?
Nope. Unless you want to roll me a history check to see if you recognize the name Grey Dogs.
Yeah, screw it. Why not? All the dice.
Aha.
You've heard of them. You heard that the Grey Dogs is a crew of 6 that is under the command of a Loxodon woman. She's an elephant woman.
And as I sip my drink, politely turn from Raven to look at this hurt woman. My dear, you are looking for adventurers in a den of cowardice and complacency.
She kind of looks over at you and goes, "So you noticed? Yeah. Yep. It's why I'm picky as to who's on my crew. Because the rest of these people sure as shit aren't worth it." And you kind of see she's looking over at the tables, this one and this one. And you kind of look over at where she glances, and the people that are on those 2 tables specifically, they are rough, they are hurt, a couple of them are missing appendages, they are clearly did not do well the last time they went into the gray.
I have more strength in my left arm than they have in their little pinky, or in their whole body.
And if I may be so forward, your table over there, which I assume is your friend's, they have the look of rough and tumbly types. And judging from the table over yonder, I see one fellow with a tie that would be elegance in itself if it were noted properly, one who's asleep, and one who looks quite inexperienced. So you trying to recruit for your table might be a touch difficult, especially if y'all trying to go into the gray. No relation.
Well, of course. I mean, that's what I'm telling Alf here. It's, yeah, I really wish there was, somebody that, well, lead this band of misfits, as it were. I guess you could say. Like, I mean, hey, it's not. Yeah, if I could go and lead the band, I would. But I got a crew, and I'm just trying to get a group together for my friend. I mean, they've been waiting for years to go out and do something productive, and I mean, can definitely use the money.
Oh, well, both of you also stop beating around the bush. Look, you want him on the crew. He wants to be on the crew.
Do you? You
I
looking
do
for a job?
find I never have to look too far for a job. In my line of work, there's always one to be done. But if I may say, if your group goes out into the gray the way they are now, they're surely to be dearly departed.
Right. That's why I'm working on getting the rest of the crew together. I mean, I have an idea of one more to add, but he's not here tonight, so I guess can't add them. But I mean, if you're looking for a job and you seem to know how difficult it is out in the gray. Maybe you want to, jump over there and, I mean, they're looking for a leader anyway.
And he'll just drain his drink. You know, at that point where you drink and there's nothing left, but you still suck through the straw, so it makes that kind of slight noise. He'll put his drink down. Turn to Red. Well, my dear, it looks as though my services might be required, but if you're looking for a bit of adventure yourself, as I do believe you mentioned earlier, perhaps you'd like to join in on this escapade.
Well, there'd definitely be more excitement than I've been finding around here. Plus, then I don't have to listen to the owner's nephew playing Garden and Sweat anymore.
Yeah. Somebody needs to send him out in the gray. Then he won't come back.
I do find those dulcet tones from strings a bit too taut. He is quite out of tune. Reach out and hold out his hand for Raven to step off of the bar stool so he'll walk over to the table.
Take his hand.
All right. As you guys step over to the table, UCZ goes with you, and Cinder, she kind of steps between you and Arthur, setting a hand on Arthur's shoulder to wake him back up again.
Yep, I'm here.
And says, well, I mean, Cinder, I said that if I could get a crew of 4 or 5 together, you said you'd go. I mean, it's a motley crew, but there's 5 of you. And if I can find him, I'm gonna... I don't know, I thought he was gonna be here tonight, but apparently he's not. Do you remember Krebus?
It's really hard to forget Krebus.
Well, I figured Krebus was gonna be here, but I guess not. I'll look for him, and if I can find him, I'll send him to you. But I think that he would round it out. I think he would round out this group and make it, well, both more and less motley, I guess. But
Speaking of motley, before I agree to any such proclivities, this has been bothering me. And he'll walk over, Joe, kneel down and straighten and redo his tie. A
Oh,
gentleman, a gentleman must always look his best.
oh, sorry, I didn't know it was undone like that.
In reaction to that, I'm gonna like slouch down in my chair even more. I'm like just feel like the very opposite of composed.
But that one is a bit too much work even for me. Much less in these doldrums you call a tavern.
Z looks over at Cinder, looks over at Dorian, and says, "They'll be fine."
I'll raise my glass to Dorian and be like, "Yep."
All right. Well, so I'm gonna leave you guys. I think you can figure it out. I'm gonna go back over, but let me know if there's anything you need. Then kind of looks at Cinder and says, "Seriously, you can do this." And if not, you can just not go out with them next time.
If we don't die first.
Deal's a deal.
That's
Thanks, Z.
Yep. And you see Z goes over and moves their chair back, so it's sitting. They kind of keep an eye on you guys and whatnot. And that with that, you are in fact an adventuring party. Haha. It
I
only
think
took
Motley Crue
like
should
2
be our
hours. All right. So, with that, and just for reference for the audience, as it were, the other person that I was referring to is Bob's character. Bob is not with us tonight due to real life stuff, because he's an actor and, people like him. But he will be joining us for this. The Motley Crew. Yeah, you could be known as the Motley Crew. All right.
just add to the list of copyrights for this game.
Exactly. The Crotley Moo.
Pretty sure Dorian Gray is public domain. That's why it shows up in one of my super nerdy games that I play.
I believe you're right. Yeah.
All right. So with that, we are going to take this moment right here, since you guys are all together as an adventuring party, and we're going to take our break, and then we will be right back here to see which of the board quests you're going to be taking and where you are going from here. So
Yay.
we will be right back. and we are back. We are back to Eberron, where our adventuring party has just come together as a party, and is now sitting around a table, having been put together by Z as a group that potentially could survive the Grey.
The potential.
Potentially. All right. Yeah, kind of a Suicide Squad. That's true. Uh-huh.
You know, this has a very like she's what's her face, and the rest of us are like the different. You know, it has that feel to it. Because you got Deadshot is obviously Dorian, and then I would be Harley. I haven't decided who Arthur and Joe are or Cinder are, but I'm like, at least I got 2 down.
All right, so
It makes me think of Steven Universe. You might even like being together, but if you don't, it won't be forever.
Yep. All right. So, with that,
I like it.
you know that there is the quest board. Which quest do you want to try your hand at now that you have gotten a group together?
I mean, I'm curious the danger that could come with the bell one. Like, are there zombies? I bet there's zombies.
At the same time, to speak to Bellalure in the salvage market about entering Grey to look for a missing scout, I do have a certain ability to find missing persons.
If we survive that, we should definitely do the bell.
Joe, Arthur, Cinder, what are you doing?
Arthur will always go for relics and artifacts.
I want to know about this missing scout more. Could be valuable information. You can find them if they're still alive.
So that's a 1, 2, and 2 vote.
Am I the tiebreaker?
I mean, the whole point was I wanted to go into the Grey, so.
Yeah, who's the boss here? Boss lady? Where are we going?
Where are you going? Huh? So Z has walked away. She's letting you guys figure out what you're doing.
And you looking for the boss, I think it's the gentleman right there.
All right, boss.
I can't tell who they're looking at. If they're looking at
I was
me,
going 2 different ways.
They're looking at you.
Well, I mean, we got together to escort them into the Grey, right? Like, that was the whole spiel.
only because they would not survive on their own.
I don't need escorts. I just need people to watch my back.
There you go. She needs a crib.
In my line of work, dear, it is the same thing, and there's very little difference.
Well, if we go to the Grey anyway, so we look for
That
the
is
scout
true.
in the meantime.
But if I could make a suggestion, while this lovely dear here, now look at Raven, I'm sure is quite capable. One such as myself does not just meander about into the Grey with an unknown group without knowing just what y'all can do. So, ring the scrapyard bell sounds more like a clear the area sort of mission. It'd give me a chance to see what all y'all can do if in the need arise.
Let's ring the bell.
No, I'll test drive this before we go to the Grey.
You know, if we survive
see,
this,
yeah.
our names. If we survive this, our names can be the bell ringers.
Well,
Sounds like a bunch of narcs.
I do take some offense at that term, but we shall go and investigate this here scrapyard bell. If anything, it'll be a quick bit of money, but also a chance to see what all y'all can do.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We get killed by a bunch of rapid dogs or something.
Something.
Possibly.
All right. So you decide on the ring the scrapyard bell just after sunrise sunup?
Yep.
No
I
questions
guess.
asked, cash job. All right.
Yeah, I guess so.
What could possibly go wrong with that?
Many things.
Many things. All right. So, just for reference, the tavern here does have a couple of rooms. However, there is another couple of places here within Salvation for you to stay if you so choose. There is the Salvation Hotel and the Tin Pot Tavern. So there are 2 taverns here within Salvation. All right. Other notable things, and this is just something that's super cool because it is, Eberron has what is called a lightning rail station.
Ooh.
They have trains. It's cool.
But do they have planes and automobiles?
I mean, there's a wagon.
We're
Not
working
an
on it.
automobile.
All right.
Pretty sure if you throw the train hard enough, it'll fly.
Yep. All right. So, okay. So, is there anything that anyone would like to do before we just jump forward to the next morning?
And that immediately comes to mind.
Okay. Yep.
Good.
All right. Well, if that is the case, then you guys all will get a long rest. And yeah, make sure you pick your spells based on no idea what's gonna happen. All right.
It's set to expect danger, so prepare for danger.
All right. So the next morning, let's see here. That is. I need to scroll to the bottom. Let's see. This one. Yep. All right. So, with that, we are going to magically use the whole, it is the next morning. And we're going to go ahead and go to the continent map here. You are within just the outskirts of the moorland, known as the Grey. And let's...
Wait, we're in the gray now?
No, you're just outside of the Grey, which is known as the moorland.
But is there less land?
No. Sorry, Mournland. Okay. Yes, I have a little bit of a problem with that R. It just doesn't want to cooperate. Alright, so you are, go ahead and change the sounds here. As you are no longer within the tavern. Alright. So you are, you find yourselves within the, just outside of, let's see here. Alright. Just outside of Salvation, a scrap heap fills the swampy remains of an abandoned factory yard. A warforged colossus slumps at its rear, half buried by junk and sitting on its backside. The fallen behemoth is easily about 100 feet tall, and an iron bell hangs from a post at the scrapyard entrance.
Hmm. Susan.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna. I had magical tinkering,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna take out the camera and take pictures as we walk.
Okay.
Oh,
Hmm.
fancy.
All right.
A tourist, really?
Really. He's gonna be a tourist.
I like
One more information gathering.
Click.
Uh-huh. He's gonna be a tourist. That's
Have that
exactly.
white stuff on his nose.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right.
Is there any sort of like sign of movement around the area?
You do not see anything as of right now.
And I don't hear anything.
Give me a perception check. Nope.
I don't hear
You
anything.
sure don't. Nope. Sure don't.
I think possession checks will be our biggest weakness.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yep. I think so
There we
too.
go.
All right. There you go. So, as the rest of your crew gathers around, you guys all kind of appear, get to this section yourself. Actually, let me back up just 1 second before you get to that. Let's see here. As you actually, as you leave the Salvation proper, a titanic fog bank extends like a cliff wall along the border of the Mournland. As you approach it, the fog churns into kind of some what looks to be weird shapes, screaming faces, collapsed buildings, outstretched hands. Explosions seem to flash within the gloom, but no sound is heard. And as you enter the fog, knowing that you have to go to the scrapyard, the temperature drops and you hear whispering, scratchy voices inside your heads. You feel like you're being watched from all sides. But before you have time to really rethink your decision, you emerge from the fog into the gray, blasted battlefield. And you see, right as you exit the fog, is the scrapyard. So you see, and Dorian, you happen to kind of be looking about as the rest of your party arrives, and you see that there are, from what you can tell, no one around at sunrise right now. It is just, the sun is just peeked out. It's just gotten light enough to be considered sunrise. And all you see is the bell waiting there to be rung.
This Indian
How
job
far
is-
away? Sorry, go ahead.
It's at the entrance to the scrapyard, so it's like right in front of you. If you would like to ring it, you most certainly can.
And we have since gotten no information about what happens when we ring this bell.
Nope.
That would have been us being prepared.
Yep. Why would you do that?
Lord. Alright, I'll walk on over towards the bell, then kind of just signal to everyone else, getting ready. And just in case, and then I'll go ahead and give it a few practice rings.
Okay. As you ring the bell, it takes a couple of moments before you hear a door open and then shut behind them. As you see this this gentleman, kind of an older gentleman, looks to be maybe maybe human, maybe not. He's you can't quite tell. But he comes over and he says, "Well, hello. So I assume you're answering the the quest board post. My name is Evan Anzer.
Well, nice to meet you, darling. So what is this danger that we're supposed to expect? Are you the danger? I don't think you're the danger.
No. No, there's... I'm just I'm the personal assistant to the salvage broker. I'm here because they want to, well, they put out the call because we found, or the boss acquired, I should say, the salvage rights to Big Mo. It's a defunct, warforged colossus that rests at the edge of the scrapyard. And kind of points over to the thing and says, so far, you know, boss has decided to leave it intact, but when they were trying to kind of go through it and see if there's anything of value to it, boss's scrap team found a tunnel covertly excavated beneath the creature. Now, she believes that someone already had come in and stripped it for its parts and the like, but boss is weary about who could be inside the tunnel and wants you guys to investigate on her behalf.
Now, so why didn't you just put that on the board that she wanted some people to investigate a tunnel? Like, what's this whole bell ringing? Is it just to get your attention?
Well, yeah.
So we don't get money just for ringing the bell?
No, if you scout out the tunnel, boss has told me, you know, I can offer you 10 gold apiece.
You know, you might want to tell your boss to be a little bit more specific on her jobs on board. I don't know if
I mean, it got attention. You wanted to come here.
I mean, that's true, but I thought it was just a little bell ringing and we get money, so.
Yeah, that's not how things work.
I'm still new to this.
Come on, Missy, let's go in the tunnel. Love a good tunnel.
Yeah, better you than me. I don't want to go in there. I don't know what's in there. But I was totally... I told the truth on the signboard. Come ring the bell. We give you a job. We have no questions asked. We have no idea what's in there. And I pay you for it. And it's probably dangerous, but I don't know. So expect danger. I mean, what more do you want? I was truthful.
Well, what was that? You gonna go down the tunnel? Down the hole?
You go.
Yep.
All right.
Well, Joe Mo, meet Big Joe.
All right. Big Mo.
Oh, Big Mo.
Yep. Hey Joe,
Yes.
are you related to the creature, the behemoth that's here?
Is it happening?
No, it's a warforged colossus named Big Mo.
Nope. But that is interesting.
Right?
You know, if you can get this working, that could be pretty good for our little group here. Maybe we'll find the parts down there and you can get it working and we can salvage it, you know?
We haven't even done our trial job together yet.
You're right,
Well,
you
that's
haven't.
not the type of attitude to go in with. That's like saying that we're gonna go and die.
That is a possibility.
Well, it's always possible.
No, I'm saying we could go in there and find out we hate each other.
It's true.
Given that we've made it this far,
I mean, we haven't killed each other yet.
It's been like 5 minutes.
well, I could die, but is taken and observed.
As this whole conversation is going on, the gentleman's like just kind of watching and going back and forth, his eyes, going back and forth to whomever is talking, and he's like, so do you want to know where the tunnel is, or?
What's under this big guy, isn't it?
Well, it's hidden under one of his fallen metal armor plates.
Okay, so we gotta go in his hole.
Sorta.
I missed the first part of this. What are we doing?
So
We gotta go in his hole.
there is a giant Warforged Colossus that is collapsed. And in going through and salvaging it, this guy's boss found a secret tunnel underneath the Colossus Warforge. And you're being hired to go into said tunnel and figure out what is down there, and if they have been salvaging or taking scrap off of this Warforge. Mm-hmm. So,
And has something led to him assuming something is taken off this Warforge?
well, there's been some, but my boss just got the rights to it, and we were going through, and there's stuff missing. But that's normal, but we just don't want anybody to come and take even more.
Well, I'll go. I suppose I could afford to go take a look.
It's a bad form to poach somebody else's scrap.
Agreed. So, with that, he's kind of done waiting for you guys to figure out if you're coming or not, and he kind of walks over, and you see although he is older, he seems to be quite strong, and he kind of grabs one of the armor plates, and he kind of lugs it a little bit aside, and you see just the beginning of a tunnel that plunges down into the darkness.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
So, you, do you go down? And if
Yep.
so, who is going
Yeah.
first?
Old man's going first.
Perfect.
I'll go second.
All
I
right.
go third.
I go first.
All right. So, picking up the rear, Cinder Striker. All right. So, the tunnel being hidden underneath the fallen metal armor plates, you see as you kind of help him move the metal plate aside a little more, the slanted tunnel plunges down into the dark. It's clearly been excavated recently, perhaps by a machine, and is expertly stabilized with wooden support beams. Now, as you travel down this tunnel, it travels about 50 feet or so before it levels off, and it turns to the east. I need everybody to please give me a... Let's see here. This would be... nature check, please. Perfect, Arthur.
Nature.
Nature. Ooh. All right. So,
It's the private eye.
uh-huh. As you turn to the left and you're traveling, Dorian, first you stop and you kind of take a moment to think about it. Dorian is the private eye. Which eye is the private one, though? This is a good question.
Yeah, which eye? Which eye?
So, Dorian, you take a moment and you're like, well, we went down 50 feet and then we're turning to the east. This is putting us underneath the moorland. You are traveling beneath the area that is known as the Gray. So, and as you kind of take this, moment and you figure this out, you're like, Oh, okay. All right. These corridors, um, again, stabilized with the reinforced wooden beams, are made of dirt. The walls are. Um, and the air seems to be most definitely filled with the smell of dirt and wood and almost even a rotting smell to it. And it is not too far, probably a good 100 to 150 feet after you turned to the east, that you come to a door, a closed, heavy wooden door at the end of the tunnel. And these tunnels are, the ceilings are about 8 feet high, and they are about 10 feet wide.
I mean, should we knock on the door? It's customary in a tunnel to knock on a door before you open it.
But does it look like it's inhabited down here? Are there footprints or other disturbances in the dust?
Give me a perception check. There's some footprints, but don't look like they're recent.
I don't believe anyone has passed on through this way much recently.
Is there anything hanging out up on the ceilings?
Is there what?
Is there anything hanging out up on the ceilings? Any creepy crawlers or anything?
Give me a perception check. By the way, and I totally forgot about this, I made a realization last night. And by the way, thank you for that natural one. You guys are kind of screwed when it comes to the fact that it is completely dark down here.
Yep.
The
Sure,
only
y'all
person,
nothing.
the only person who can see anything down here is Dorian.
I have a bullseye lantern.
Okay.
I mean, you know, he's got that third eye.
Whips that out. That's a
right.
whole other.
You have dark vision too. I forgot about that, Cinder. You're a half elf. I forgot about that.
I don't think I have dark vision, do I? I'm pretty sure I do.
You
You changelings have dark vision?
I don't know. That's why I'm not sure.
Nope.
Oh, say it.
Not that I know you're a changeling, but
Nope.
Well, I mean, you know, out of character, in character.
Yeah, out of character. You do
Haven't
not.
gotten that shock yet.
Nope.
she is mystique.
Exactly.
But you guys notice that if it's not for Arthur's lantern, most of you could not see down here.
Wait, if we start not to see light, I can make another object, and... Oh,
You're gonna make a light.
yep,
Okay.
so we have more light to see.
Okay.
If he is gonna go ahead and do that, do I notice any type of braziers or any sort of?
You do not. There's no torch holders or anything down here.
Then I might spare a glance back to our friend and calmly advise him that creating such sources of light may be ill-advised. Given that there are no braziers or no torches, it means that nothing down here has light, and that by creating a source of it, you might be attracting a bit of a beacon to yourself. So, err with caution. And I will try to quietly push the door open. Or pull it open, whichever is...
Okay. It is locked.
Damn it, of course it is. Oh, it's locked.
Let's see here, did I tie? I did
Yep.
not.
As you push against the door and you realize that it's locked, you see Cinder Striker come up and stand next to you.
Ooh.
Traps.
Yep.
You are a creeper.
The doorknob, the lock has a trap on it.
Can I disarm it?
You can certainly try. Thieves' tools. Okay. You feel like it might be disarmed. It's kind of a difficult lock. You haven't seen one of these before. But you think it might be. Out of character, I'm telling you it's not.
As an investigator who's had to eye his way into places he shouldn't be, can I tell if it's not properly disarmed?
Nope.
Do any of you any of it?
So as far as you know, Cinder did something to the lock. You assume that, did you say that it was trapped to them? No? You just, okay, so it looks kind of like Cinder just went to unlock the door and the unlocking process did not work.
I had experience, so I try to.
There's something weird about this lock. Might be bad. Get out of the way for anybody else.
Let me take a look, and
Okay.
I'll do the investigation so I will see what kind of bad thing is going
Okay,
on.
give me an investigation check. Yeah, you clearly see that there is a poison spray trap in this lock.
Alright, I will let them know what type of trap it is, and I'm trying to see how I can disarm it myself.
Okay.
So, find these tools.
Yep.
Would that be intelligence or dexterity?
I will let you decide.
I'll go with intelligence
Okay.
for this one.
To disarm it, I think that's a good agreement.
15.
Okay. 15 is just what you needed. The door is still locked, however, it is no longer trapped.
Hey.
Well, it's not trapped, but it's still locked. It'll be a bit harder to unlock it. If you want to try it again, my dear, and I'll assist you.
Why do you all keep calling me dear?
You seem so young.
I'm good. I'm gonna go to the back of the line where I was.
Oh,
Just call it a byproduct of being raised in the Southern Dixie.
well, I'll try it again to unlock it.
Okay.
Another beast check. This time with dexterity.
Yep.
Yeah, dexterity, because I'm trying to use my hands to
Yep.
unlock it.
Come on, dice. You can do it.
Nope, my dice said no. Good.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not good about doors.
Oh, hell's bells. I'm gonna take out my lovely little pistol here, my revolver, Miss Julep. I'm gonna shoot the lock.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
You were worried about light, but now you're gonna.
Well, watching y'all done fumble with this lock is,
That will hit the door. Okay. So here's the thing. It's a very heavy wooden door. The lock and stuff is still there. You did some damage to it, but yeah, it's still there.
I'll let the old guy through. I'll come and give it a try. I've got the things.
Oh, you got the thing?
I got the things.
So now any check to unlock the door is a little more difficult now that it has been shot with the pistol.
Cool.
Just saying.
Oh, you know, details.
I had a backup plan.
Yeah, you broke it. You
Uh-huh.
broke it.
So Susan,
Uh-huh. I like
this
this.
is
I like this plan, guys. So far, so good.
I
yeah.
like how we're being bested by a dog. This feels very.
Appropriate.
Yep. So since the rock got worse and it's broken,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try to take one of my experimental potion cells
Okay.
and try to do a little dip on it and do acid splash to try to melt it away.
Okay. All right. So you I really like how this door is working for you guys. So the door does not succeed in its dexterity roll. All right, roll your damage for that for me, please.
It would have succeeded before I got shot.
I know. It would have. All right, 2 points of damage. All right.
Yes.
By the way, this is the door you guys are fighting is right here. So I just wanted you to be able to see the door you were fighting.
Yep.
The fact that she has to say that term, the door we are fighting. We're
The
off to a
door
great
you are
start.
fighting. Yep.
You're in initiative with the door.
Uh-huh.
Amazing. Just
At least
simply
it's locked.
amazing.
If it wasn't locked, he would probably burn it down. But
So you do 2 more points of damage for this is now a total of 10 points of damage to the door. It is still standing.
I wasn't trying to break the door, trying to remove the lock.
I mean, what would you like to do? You can break the door down if you want.
Are there hinges that we can see on this side?
Nope. It's like they knew that if you put the hinges on the inside, it's easier to not have it just taken off.
how damaged does the lock look at this point?
Eh.
That's fine. A gentleman does have his ways. And I'm going to pull out my rapier and try to break the lock with stabbing it.
I have a crowbar if you want to try that too.
But that's more of a matter of leverage and strength versus pinpoint precision.
Is it though?
Was really not that good.
I want to point out the door has a higher AC than that. Somehow, some way, you miss the door.
I cast fireball.
I will try to melt the thing again. Put another potion.
I mean, it's up to whatever you guys want to try to do to this door because it's funny. I am okay with it.
I'll try another dip at it again.
Okay. Okay.
4 more damage
Four
and
more. Okay.
thunderclap.
Okay, so you're doing thunderclap. All right. Yeah. So between the total of that, that's another 10 points of damage. You see the door itself has a crack on it now.
Do
Right
we all need
around
to
the
roll
lock.
saves because within
Yep.
certain distance of
Uh-huh. So I need everybody to please give me a Constitution saving throw
Oh God, what do we do?
because you did thunderclap
Oh,
and you were all kind of standing within this tunnel. All right.
okay. Oh,
So
good.
what is your spell save? It's a 13. So
13.
So you yourself take damage and everybody else is fine.
This is
Alright.
other than you.
Would I take damage?
I don't know, but I'm
that-
just saying, like, of the rolls, you're the one that takes damage
It does say other
other
than
than
you.
you, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still
You might take-
rolled forward anyway.
But
But
I
did
want
the
to point
door-
out that it can be heard up to 100 feet away,
in addition to the gunshot.
in addition to the gunshot. You guys are
Now we
going.
just wait for everybody to open the door from the other side. It's fine.
Exactly. See? It's
I
all
did
good.
stick it.
You did, I saw. For an
Now,
additional
okay.
8 points.
But what was the door's constitution save?
It succeeded.
Ah,
It said, I am a door. And
is
I
the
am
door
heavy and wooden and reinforced.
is the door breathing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Not anymore.
If it was breathing, it probably would have attacked you by now.
I don't know. It's biding its time,
but-
you know, waiting for me.
You see a very heavy crack, mainly centered around the knob and lock of this door. It is hurt. It is cracked. There is some serious damage has been done to this door, but it is still standing.
Oh my god.
I'm still standing.
What would you like to do?
One more time.
Okay. No.
2 more times.
Anybody else want to do anything else to this door? Okay.
Set it on fire.
All right. So as you carefully aim your firebolt to actually go into the crack of the door that has been in there, it actually ignites the inside of the wood, and from the inside out, this door catches on fire, and it will fall, and it will open up.
And
We find to beat the door. Amazing. Victory.
Do we level up from beating the door?
No, you do
I
not.
feel like we should, because that was like 3 rounds of combat.
I feel
like we should lose a level for taking 3 rounds of combat to open a door.
I feel that, yeah. By the
Turns
way,
out,
I want to point out that you have hero points that will help you on things.
I am not using a hero point on a door.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe we should have.
Hey, or maybe yes. In the words
Okay.
of you. So,
So,
the door...
Can I cast
Hold on.
prestidigitation
Hold
a
on.
few times?
The door falls, because it is on fire. It finally falls. And a circular type chamber is lit by torches in front of you.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation a few times to try to put out the fire on the door.
Okay. You see in front of you
Ooh.
roughly 30
Ooh.
human corpses neatly stacked in 3 piles around the room.
Well, that's a fun time.
Uh-huh.
My cousin once told me of a traveling companion of his who might have gotten some sense of joy out of seeing this.
You do notice when the door went down the extremely strong smell of embalming fluid. And as you are standing there and looking at this,
Amazing.
you see that there are people waiting for you.
How did they know we were coming?
It's, as they seem to be standing just at the other side of the room, weapons drawn, just waiting.
Y'all have kind of like a lot of dead bodies in here. This doesn't seem sanitary. You know, cremation is a thing.
One day you will be a stealthy party. One day. Someday. Not today.
Today is not that day.
Today is not that day. And with that, my friends, you actually are in initiative.
Not this faux initiative.
No, this is initiative. Huh? I didn't put in the macro. I forgot to put in the macro. I know. I did. I forgot to put in that macro for initiative. Alright, so with that, we will put this guy into initiative. Alright. Oh, that was terrible!
Yep, lucky.
Yep. Uh-huh. All right. So, descending order, Cinder Striker, you actually get to go first as you enter into this room. And what would you like to do?
I'm going to. I think they're in short bow range, right?
They are.
And that's what I will do.
Okay. All right. Which one are you hitting?
Oh, sorry, orange.
Okay. Orange, definitely 22 will hit and do quite a bit of damage as you see
Max damage.
as you see Cinder just takes out this short bow and just dead on right in the throat of this guy. Truly a perfect shot. All right, Cinder, are you moving or are you staying in the doorway right there? Well, in the door frame way. Because there is no longer a door.
I'll move off to the side a little bit.
You're moving off to the side? Okay. All right, Arthur, that brings us to you.
Well, I don't want to be outdone by some little whippersnapper. So, blue is the one standing?
Well, orange is still standing, but orange is extremely hurt now.
Okay.
Blue is,
I'm
yeah.
having a good time.
That'll go to blue.
All right. That will, in fact, hit as they just have leather armor on. So you take your crossbow out, you take a shot, and you hit him in the arm. Yeah? All right.
That's where I was aiming.
Yep, that's totally where you're aiming. Are you staying there, or are you moving?
Yeah, I'll stay here.
Okay, Raven.
Alright, Raven's gonna move up closer to right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Charm Person on the orange one.
Okay. All right. What is the save for that? Go ahead and put it into chat for me, please. All right. Charm Person is a wisdom save. Okay, this should totally go well for them. Yep, that's yep, what I thought. Uh-huh. All right.
Almost out of 14.
Almost. Okay. All right. So that is a charmed person right there. Okay. Okay. So you have managed to charm this guy right there, that orange guy. Okay. What do you say to him, Raven?
Now, darling, we're just here to look around a little bit. It's okay, I promise we're not a threat.
You broke our door.
I know, your door was
Because
just...
of the arrow moving as it's lodged in his throat.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I do apologize, but that pesky door, it was just so hard to get in. We'll replace it for you, darling, don't you worry.
All right, Joe.
Dude, I hear all that happening.
You
and
do.
What does blue guy look doing?
So you notice they both have, they have scimitars in one hand and torches in the other.
Well, knowing that, I'm just thinking we need more light. And Susan,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do it.
All right,
Can you
good.
give me a dexterity saving throw?
Okay. Fairy fire. All right. On both of them, I assume?
Yep.
All right.
They're not the most dexterous.
No, not. Blue guy is definitely not dexterous. Uh-huh. All right, so they are both
Well,
fairy
he's-
fired.
They're both blue lights.
So there's blue lights around them now?
Yep, as I took a strange, colorful potion and set her in the middle
Okay.
and hit them both, and now they're glowing blue.
Okay. All right, so both of them are fairy fired. Okay. All right. Are you gonna move or are you gonna stay there, Joe?
I'm going to just move closer to Arthur.
Okay.
That's bad.
All right, Dorian.
If I done notice the raven has beguiled and wowed with feminine charm, the orange one, then I suppose I'll tangle with the blue one here.
Okay.
Whip
Yeah,
out,
You have advantage.
whip out his mint julep and fire a shot.
That will hit. Most definitely. 7 points of damage. Wow, he is still up, but barely.
It's 9.
Oh, sorry, 9 points of damage. Yeah, he is barely up. He is barely up.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Or wait, I don't have it yet. Never mind. I can't do it.
Remember, we're level 1 here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Can't do it yet. Nope, end of turn.
All right. So, let's see here. The orange guy is going to kind of move over here. Kind of getting a little closer to you, but, you know, just like kind of puts his torch into one of the brackets on the wall. And blue will come and stand right there. And he will chuck his torch into this pile of bodies. And you see the pile of bodies ignite.
Yeah, there you go. Animation. It's so much better, darling.
He ignites the bodies, and it already smelled terrible in here. Worse now. Very much worse now. Alright, so yeah, this set of bodies is on fire, and it is starting to spread. Alright.
Now, everyone kinda knows you're here.
Cinder Striker, what are you doing?
Do I have a clear shot from where I am, or do I need to move a little?
You do. You can see through it.
Cool. Start pose.
Alright. 15, which one are you hitting? The blue one?
Blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. Yes, that hits. And with that, they are dead. They had, and this is the kicker, they had 1 point of health left after Dorian. That's why I was like, he was close. He had 3, and then you said 9, and I'm like, he has 1 left. Okay.
Only I could action surge.
If only. All right. I was just gonna ask you, Cinder, if you were
over
moving.
there, away from the fire,
Okay.
and yeah, that's it.
All right, Arthur, what are you doing?
Thanks for the sneak attack.
I can see over the top of the fire to the
Well, you're
yellow
short.
guy.
I would say you cannot see him. It is a pile of bodies. So there you go. Now you can see him.
Like a tall pile of bodies.
It is very well. It's 30. It's like 10 bodies in each pile. So, yeah.
All right.
Can I
go
have
from here.
yell out?
What?
Now wait, y'all. We weren't instructed to kill anybody.
I wasn't, or we weren't.
That wasn't part of the job.
A bit late, I think.
Bit late, but he might have information for us.
All right. I'll hold my
Okay.
action and let Raven talk to him.
Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna walk up to our friend here.
Okay.
Now, darling, we're down here because somebody in the scrapyard is worried that there's some dangers going on down here, and, you know, it seems like somebody's been stealing parts from their, automatons, and we just came to investigate. Do you know anything about any of this?
Nope.
So what are you doing down here, darling?
My job.
And what's your job, darling?
Guard this room.
Oh, well, why are there a bunch of dead bodies in this room? Who you got it for?
Boss.
Who's your boss?
The boss. I don't know what their name is.
Oh, they haven't even graced you with their presence yet? Oh, I would never work for just society. You deserve better, darling. Maybe you can help us? Maybe you can lead us to your boss? Or at least lead us through here? Because, I mean, you wouldn't want little old me to get hurt, would you?
Well, no, but I don't know.
Well, I would really appreciate it if you would lead me and my friends through here, you know, safe and sound like. Just let us look around, you know, a little bit. We promise we won't hurt you.
I give me a persuasion check, please. With
Do I get
advantage
advantage?
because you have him charmed.
Yeah. Advantage, and this is one of my top things.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna use that hero's point.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Like
do
how
it
you're
before.
proficient in that skill too.
Right? Right?
Uh-huh. All right. So you use a hero point and you add +2. All right. And you see the fire is starting to spread, by the way. And it smells great in here, by the way. Just so you know. And you say that to him, and he kind of looks at you, and he says, "You killed my buddy."
Oh no, darling, that wasn't what happened at all. You see, he set fire, and you know some of the sparks just came through, and poor darling got hit by them. We couldn't stop it.
I
How come
don't
you just fought out?
believe you. And you see, like, he starts. He is charmed by you, so he's not like gonna fight you. But you see, he kind of starts to back up.
Now, was my persuasion my action?
You're out of initiative at this point.
Oh, okay.
You've got like, I'm giving you a couple of seconds of what are you gonna do?
Dang it, Arthur. If this isn't going like a plan, go ahead. You do you.
That will hit him, and he will go down.
I had to spare poor guy's life, and he just too suspicious, too sus. Story of my life.
Okay, you're gonna spend an action reloading. All right. All right.
I'm just gonna move this. So I'm like, we probably should get out of the burning room, you know.
Well, I was actually going to ask, is like the floor combustible, or is it just the bodies that are going to burn?
As far as you know, the ground is dirt, so you think it's just the bodies.
Okay.
I'm gonna check
And the door we left on the ground.
What?
And the door we left on the
Well,
ground.
and what's left of the door? Yes. What are you looking at?
I was trying to check his body for any keys or anything.
Nope.
Oh, this is not going well, y'all. My rolls tonight are not good, and I don't have a dice jail.
Nope. Everybody give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I wasn't supposed to be advantage, sorry.
That wasn't supposed to be advantage.
Okay.
Oh, sure, that I did well on.
Uh-huh. All right. Arthur, you get a little too close to the fire. You're looking at the bodies, trying to figure out, you know, stuff, and you notice, like, it pulls you towards it a little bit because you notice that the bodies are all completely naked. There was no clothing on these bodies.
It wasn't anybody that we recognized, was it?
No. Nope. But you...
I would like to take back my super high investigation roll because I don't want to look.
Well, was that at the bodies that you were looking at?
Well, the two guys.
Oh,
no,
no,
they
the
have
two.
armor on.
The
Okay, yeah,
guards
sorry.
do, but the bodies that are currently burning
Okay.
did not have any clothing on. And they were treated with a very highly flammable fluid, obviously. Yeah. So, but Arthur, you get a little too close, and you, like, it starts to singe And you're able to back away enough to get away from the fire before you take any damage. But yeah, you notice that whatever it is, these bodies in here had no clothing on. It's weird.
Such a dreadful and unpleasant way to go.
I mean, they were all dead when we got here. We don't know how they died. We just know they're dead.
Mm-hmm. And you know that there is another door right around the corner.
Were these fellas carrying anything on them? Notes, instructions,
what
and the
my-
like?
That was your
21.
investigation check.
Yeah.
Was they have a light crossbow, a scimitar. They were carrying torches. They are no longer carrying any torches. And other than that, no. They just seem to be like you see they've got kind of between the two of them you might find 6 copper.
I was looking more so for notes or
Yeah.
instructions.
Nothing. Nope. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out a piece of parchment and a quill and just jot down some notes. What we find,
Okay.
bodies and such.
All right.
My dear, shall we carry on then?
Oh, definitely don't be in this stinkfest.
All right. So there is another door.
Rian.
Raven, are you opening said door?
Yes.
Okay.
Does it open?
It does.
Yay!
It
Guys,
does.
let's do it.
Don't gotta shoot it and burn it and stab it and stomp on it.
Nope, you sure don't. As you open the door, you find a torch-lit chamber is lined with fresh bricks and mortar. Several well-armed figures standing inside with short bows drawn and pointed at the doorway. There is a robed figure, actually a man, screwing metal plates onto limbs of another dead body. And each of the 5 people that have their weapons drawn and are looking at you wears a metal half mask. And as you step or open the door with their crossbows drawn, they each take a shot. They were well aware that you guys were outside of the door. It's like they heard you coming or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
3 of those hit. 2 of them do not.
So 17, 14, and 18?
Yes.
All right.
Hey, I am down.
Uh-huh. You are unconscious.
Almost died.
Right? Right?
Mather got like 2 more points. You would have just been.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but dead.
So as you see Raven get just boom, 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 crossbows, attack. What do you guys do?
Well, one thing. Do I see that happen?
Uh-huh.
I assume you'd hear it. 'Cause
You do.
That's not a quiet way to,
No.
to take somebody out.
And
Right?
with that, we are back in initiative.
Sameness or different one?
You know what? Go ahead and re-roll it. I'm okay with that.
Could I have gotten a shot off if I see them start just unloading into her?
That is their, they have holding their action for whoever opened the door.
Surprise round.
Okay.
It was a surprise round.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You guys very much were not stealthy. They knew you were coming.
With the guns, with the thunderclap, everything.
All right, so
Could have been a TV. They didn't know.
4, 5, 6. 1, 2. All right, so let's see here.
With smelling the burning bodies.
We didn't burn the bodies. That one was not on us.
Cinder, Joe.
No, but somebody had to. Somebody was out there.
Yep. All right. So this one's gone. All right. Come. Thank you. All right. With that, Joe, you actually get to go first, and Raven is on the ground in the doorway.
God damn it.
Yep. Welcome to level 1, guys.
Right.
It's not a level 1 thing. It's like a level 4 thing.
Uh-huh.
Or tier 4.
Uh-huh.
I had a plan, but it'll get me to death. But being a man of medicine, or he thinks he's a man of medicine, I'm going to go up towards Raven
Uh-huh.
and think, alright, I think I got this, and I'm going to reach out and just touch her with nothing crazy, just touch her and do a healing test.
Okay.
I can do 1 cure wounds for free.
All right. So go ahead and roll that D8 worth of cure wounds.
God damn it. I wish I could re-roll once.
I'm up. I don't have to roll death saves. I will take it.
You are still prone, but yes, you are alive at the moment. Yep.
I still need to learn healing.
Yep.
apparently.
You do.
That's fair. Welcome to level 1.
Yep.
To be fair, you really don't want to hear your healer going, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can.
You're not wrong. All right, Arthur, that brings us to you.
So is the door open still, or
It is.
or
Yeah, because Raven is laying in the middle of the doorway.
you rep? All right.
Yeah,
This is fine. This is fine.
totally fine. Totally fine.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay then. Oh. So if I move to here, I could maybe try and weave a firebolt through everybody to blue?
Yep.
Light blue?
Yep.
Alright.
By the way, you did see as this all started, this guy over here went and is kind of hiding behind like a cabinet or shelf or table or something.
There.
It's kind of cowering to be hidden. All right, so against light blue, that definitely hits. All right. And so with that, all right, let's change this up. Let's go this one. Haha, there we go. Haha. All right. And so, that puts us at Dorian.
Well, having seen young Raven done gone to the ground, instinctively he's just going to draw and shoot
Okay.
at the green
All right.
person here. But I will use my bonus action to, since I have the spells of the mock, which I'm assuming gives me some type of pack magic feature or something to the effect. I'm going to bonus action to hunt his mock. The
Okay. Which one?
green one here.
Okay.
Green.
Okay.
So, and then take my shot.
That is terrible, and it does not hit. But they are hunters marked.
I will duck behind this here wall.
Okay. Cinder Striker, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move here. I will, do they all look like they've been shot?
Nope. Blue is the only one that has taken any damage at the moment.
Alright, well, it's easiest to see green, so I'll go ahead and do green.
Okay. And you do. Alright, green takes 8 points of damage. So green and blue are both hurt at the moment. Alright.
And then I'm gonna move, by Joe.
Okay.
To keep the way clear.
Alright. Yes. What?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, Raven.
Alright, Raven is going to get up and use half her movement.
Uh-huh.
Then she is going to go ahead and dash to get back behind here.
Okay.
And that is her turn.
I'm gonna move that guy just out of the way. All right.
But I was hiding under his dead body.
No. All right. So, we've got a couple of these guys are going to come to the doorway and through. So red will come through, and try to keyword here, try to attack Dorian with a scimitar. All right. That is no. That is a no.
Very much in now.
Huh?
I'm sorry, that's a. How about no?
Yeah.
How about no?
You know what? Actually, we're going to move him up here because he can stay there. And we're going to put black right there. And black is going to go against Cinder Striker here.
Shit.
Oh, we can't have nice things.
I'm down.
You're unconscious, but you're not dead.
You say with relief.
Uh-huh.
Because as I've told you since we started, you still have to live with me.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
And then orange is going to come against Joe. No. All right. And let's see. If Arthur, if you can see blue, blue can see you. He will take a shot bow cross. 12 does not hit you, I believe.
Nope.
All right. And then green. Green's gonna take a step to there and go for Joe. Nope, not with the scimitar, I'm sorry, with the light crossbow. Alright, so that is a 16. Does a 16 hit you, Joe?
That's my armor class.
Alright. For 1 point of damage. Alright. Joe. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Apparently, Joe has macros already set up there. Alright. Alright, Joe. You've got an unconscious Cinder Striker next to you and 3 bad guys.
Yeah. Wait. What am I concentrating on?
You were concentrating on Fairy Fire, but you're not concentrating on Fairy Fire anymore.
Oh, right. I forgot to take it off.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, I didn't get hit. Never
You
mind.
didn't get hit, no.
Force of habit.
I know.
Okay.
I
well,
force of habit try to hit you, so that it works. Alright, so what are you
Nice.
doing?
Well, we had enemies in front of me, and I had someone unconscious.
Yep. What do you choose to do, level 1 Jomo?
But one Jomo will say, in my personal opinion, you need to come up, my friend. We're slowly dying.
Okay.
And healing word.
Healing word to Cinder Striker. You are
Oh,
up with 6 points of healing.
Thank you kindly.
Alright.
God, you sure gonna make us all southern.
I know, right? This one's gonna turn into a very badly southern accents thing going on here. Alright. Joe, anything else?
I mean, that's bonus action.
Uh-huh.
Main action.
Mm-hmm.
How not to die. Okay, how not to die?
That is a good question. How not to die?
You know what? I'm going to have a experimental potion and green?
Okay.
No, wait. Not green to cyan.
Blue, the light blue, okay.
Yeah, cyan and dexterity. Hopefully failed.
Okay. No. Mm-mm.
He probably saw my potions coming.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm screwed.
Uh-huh. Alright, so it is Arthur's turn. Arthur, what are you doing?
Oh man. Okay. not being able to click on my guy to start.
Oh, that's weird.
Roll 20 might have crapped out on me.
Okay, so what were you trying to do?
I'd like to move down one square there,
Mm-hmm.
and then toss this in there.
Caustic
So it's
brew.
a 30-foot long, 5-foot wide. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, nasty. Nice.
All right, and that is a dexterity save of 13. Okay. This is red and black. Glad I moved green out of the way. All right, so red is going to take the full damage. Black takes half. Yep.
No, I don't
No.
think they take any. I think the guy that does take it takes it every turn
Yep,
until
he
he takes
does.
an action. Yeah.
All right, so that's 7 points of damage to him. All right.
And I'll step down
One
a
more?
couple more steps
Okay, 2
so I'm out of the way, and then I'm going to refresh roll
Okay.
20.
All right, Dorian. You just saw this line of acid go flying out of Arthur and straight by you.
I haven't narrowly avoided said acidity. He'll holster his pistol and take out the rapier and try to stab the red gentleman here.
Okay. That definitely hits. There you go. And you take him out.
Woohoo!
Move him out of the way.
And let's see here. I can't move it yet. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Cinder Striker. I assume you stood up.
Yep, and I'm gonna attack Black.
All right, go for it. Black has taken no damage so far. And still has not taken any
Using a
damage.
hero point.
Okay, go for it.
That plus what?
That is...
D6?
click on the hero point and it will actually roll it. Plus 2 is a 10, and a 10 is not enough. Unfortunately. All right. Anything else you would like to do?
No, not right now. There's nothing I can do right now.
All right. Raven.
Alright, so Raven is going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
I think, if I'm doing my math correctly, I can cast it to hit orange, black, and green?
You can.
Okay, so that's the three I want to get.
It's a 20-foot cube within range.
I'm trying to think if it would be able to get all more.
Okay. So if you did... Alright. Yeah, if you do all of them, it'll hit Joe.
Okay, I don't want to get blue, I just want to get the other three.
Yeah. No, if you get black, you get Joe. If you do not get black, you can get the other three.
Would I just be able to get black and green? So I really want to get black because he's right in front there.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just get it where it just gets black and green.
Okay. Alright, so black...
God.
Hey, Kane, it's cocked! How is virtual dice
It
cocked?
really is.
Really don't make no sense.
It don't. Alright.
Black is good.
Black is
That was
real good.
black?
Black needs to be in charge of, apparently, these bandits, because...
Apparently.
So,
And
green...
then-
Green has got all of the things. He is fairy fired, he is all kinds of things.
And then I'm just gonna back up over here.
What color is your fairy fire? What color is your magic?
My magic is a nice little like gold color.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So then it is the bandit's turn. Alright. We're gonna have Black step forward and attempt at Dorian. That is a 12. What is your armor class, Dorian?
That would be a 15.
Okay. Orange is gonna step up and attempt to go after Cinder Striker. No. Mm-mm. And
You tried. There was an attempt.
there was an attempt. These guys are actually gonna both come up and try for Joe.
No, not Joe.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You're right.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
do you what?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This is not going well for you guys. Come on now. All right,
I'm
Joe.
just
You almost killed me outright. Calm down.
I did
You-
almost.
You literally plummeted me with 3 crossbow bolts.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's what you get when you use all the loud spells and they know you're coming.
And
Yes.
just open a door.
And you just open a door.
okay.
That's more of a tunnel.
So, Joe, what are you doing?
I believe I'm out of spell slots. If I did Fairy Fire, which is one.
Uh-huh.
I just did Healing Word, which is another one. So
Uh-huh.
no spell slots, which sucks.
Uh-huh. Welcome to level 1.
Yes, I know. I
Mhm.
know. So here's what I'm gonna do. Screw it and Kuwait. Just drop the post, another potion, right here.
Okay.
If I go down, I retake some of them with me.
Okay. All right, what are you dropping? Create bonfire. Okay. Okay.
You know, Acid Splash can get more than one person, right? And it goes away
None.
from you.
Uh-huh.
I try to get all three of them.
Uh-huh.
5 feet and it's concentration. Think about it. I can hit all three of them, and you don't want to get burned. They have to move out of the way. Oh,
Okay. So you make this tiny little bonfire happen. All right. We will put it right there. What? All right. So you're wanting it to be right there?
so I can hit all three because they're in 5 feet of it.
Yeah. Let's. Okay. So. All right. Okay. And is that on their turn? Do. Any creature in the space when you cast a spell must be. Okay. All right. So, any fills up the. Okay, so it fills up a 5-foot thing. All right. Yeah, we'll count it. Okay, so let's see here. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Joe, I need you to please give me a dexterity saving throw.
I was gonna say, does not hit you too?
Yep. That was the kicker. If I'm gonna allow it to be there, it's gonna do you too. All right. Okay. So. All right. So you don't take damage on it. All right. Good job. Orange finally takes a little bit of damage. Takes 4 points of damage from that. Dorian, you are no longer concentrating because green is dead.
Yay.
Well, that
Oh,
stays
that's right.
up,
Hunter's
right?
Mark.
You move it.
Yeah, you can move it as your bonus action. But green is dead, so fairy fire is gone. That's what it was. All right.
Okay.
Joe,
Yep.
do you want to move?
Moving will be great, but I can bonus action disengage, can
Are
As I
you
was
a
bishop?
rogue?
Are you a level 2 or higher rogue?
Are you a level 2 or higher rogue?
I? Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope.
So I would say probably not. All right. So then that brings us to Arthur.
We're just going for whoever's in front there.
All right, Black is still totally full health until you hit him. So
There you go.
what? Wow. Okay. All right. Look at you rolling all kinds of damage. I don't know why it decided to roll both dice because it only took the one. That's weird. All right. Arthur, are you staying there or are you moving?
Yeah, I'll back up again.
Okay. Dorian.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to move my mop.
To black?
And then the black.
Okay.
And then try to give him a good stab.
All right, go for it. No.
That was not a good stab.
That was not a good step. All right.
Not at all.
All right. Cinder Striker. Where are you going, black or orange?
Black's been a problem.
Okay. That problem is going to end right now as long as you roll, more than 2 points. Good job. Thank you. All right. Are you staying there?
Yeah.
All right, Raven.
Hey. Raven's not very useful at this point because if I do Thunderclap, I'm gonna hit people in my party. Let's see. We're gonna come up this way, and I'm going to throw my dagger. Actually, can you just throw your daggers, or do you have to have a special skill? I can never remember.
No, you can throw it. It's just you're not gonna get.
You're not proficient.
You're not proficient with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It does have the thrown property.
It does have a thrown property, but yeah. No.
Yeah, no. Okay, bye. I go back here.
Okay. All right.
So it's their turn. Another death saving throw.
Yep. That was what. No, dex save. She thought you said death save, and we're like, wait, no. Alright. That is a 14 for the orange guy, and 11 for the blue guy. So, what is your save, Joe?
13.
Alright, so orange is gonna make it, but blue does not, which is fine. He's gonna come right there. Alright. And actually, as he steps around, he makes a mistake, and he steps into the fire even more, and he's gone. Alright, so orange is going to try. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. Huh?
I just killed his friend.
That's true. You did just kill his friend. He's gonna try for you. You just killed his boss. Yep, that was about right.
He's very distraught, he's going through
He
emotional
is.
right now.
Hey, Joe, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yep, I'll do that. And I gotta cancel it as soon as after.
I figured you would.
Man, I'm good.
You're doing well at dexterity, yeah. Alright.
Alright, and there's only one thing I can do. After splash and try to hit a space while hitting my party members. Somehow.
You could have hit all 3 of them with acid splash and not taken any chance of damage last time.
No, not all of them, only 2.
Well, still, that would have been 2.
It's a cone, and they're all within 5 feet of each other.
Hence the
Same
name Motley
property
Crew.
that
Anyway, what
got
are you doing, Joe?
bonfire all of them.
Alright, Joe, what are you doing?
Damn it.
Hey, Cinder Striker, stop being, what is it? What is the word I'm looking for here? A teenager.
Not really.
No.
There was a word I was looking for there, but it just wasn't working. Alright, so, let's see here. Orange, come on, you can do this. Come on, you can do this. No, apparently you cannot do this. And that is enough to take out Orange. He had just taken enough damage from before. Alright, with that, you are back within... Yes, I know, but they're hiding. They are, like, not... They are just... Yeah.
Can I take a rapier from one of the guys?
For Raven.
Okay, so 5 points of cure wounds to Raven.
Much appreciated.
You're wanting to do what?
I wanted to steal one of the guys' rapiers.
Scimitar.
Oh, there's.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it! I was like, I'm not.
Dorian has a rapier.
Ah.
They have scimitars.
And then they have light crossbows, not hand crossbows, right?
Correct.
Screw it. I'm taking one of their scimitars.
Okay. So as you enter into this room, Dorian, I saw you got to the doorway right there. You see that the person is kind of hiding over in the corner. And,
I see them.
Yeah, they're not hiding well. They're hiding over in the corner, kind of like cowering, as if in fear for his life.
When I was over here with the door and they proceeded to fill right into the holes, was said person looking afraid as though they were captured, or more confident as though they had laid a trap?
It looked as if they were putting metal onto the corpse that is laying on the table right there. And it looked as if those bandit guard people were guarding this person. As in, like, doing what they say.
Then I'm just gonna take a few steps over yonder.
As you step closer, they go, please, 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 don't hurt me, please, please, please don't hurt me.
You have a funny way of asking for us not to hurt you when you almost killed my friend walking through the door.
We didn't know who you guys were. We heard so many sounds from out there. We knew somebody was coming. We didn't know what or who. I'm sorry. I'm just a physician. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
And what is it y'all doing over here with these bodies and these grafts?
Well, I'm just trying to do what they said for me to do. Just trying to figure out what to do.
And what is that?
Give me a persuasion check to see if he's willing to share with you this information. All right. He says, I was brought here to study the magical effects of the moorland. The bodies don't decompose right. And by this point, the fire in the other room has disappeared.
Go lay down.
It has gone out. He says, I was brought here from Renemark by the order of the Emerald Claw to study the magic effects and why the bodies are not decomposing like they're supposed to.
Not familiar with the Emerald Claw.
Give me a history check.
Can I try as well?
Sure. Okay, Dorian, you definitely know who these are. They are, and for the most part, Cinder Striker, you have heard of them, but you have never dealt with them. Dorian, you know exactly who they are. They are a secret society of fanatical warriors, spies, and necromancers, who claim to be loyal to the Canarthi throne. They operate covertly across the continent, carrying out acts of destruction, murder, and necromantic terrorism. And I will actually put that into the chat so you can just copy paste, because I know that was a lot.
Sounds like something Sapphire might be part of.
Right. So you, Dorian, you are well aware of who these people are, as in, like, the group itself.
So this person said that he works for them, or he is a part of that organization?
No, they brought him here to study. They escorted him here to study.
And when they escorted you here, was it of your own volition? Think carefully now.
I don't work for them, no. But like I didn't I work for them, but I'm not a member of the organization. They just they hired me to figure it out.
Well, I'm not gonna get much in the way of questioning here in this dreary room surrounded by the smell of burning death. So you'll be coming with me.
Okay. But you're not gonna hurt me, are you?
No.
Okay. And you see, they will come out and they will come with you.
And what name should I be addressing you as?
Constock. 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 I'm a physician from the city of Reckenmark.
Other than the bodies with the metal grafts, is there anything out of the ordinary in this room?
No, not really. Nope. Okay. So yeah, you see the metal pieces and whatnot. This is very much a examination chamber or experimentation chamber. It's as if they were trying to experiment with something.
Can we ascertain what they were trying to do by attaching metal to people?
With Cinder Striker's investigation role, I would say, you see that they're covering up where the bodies were damaged. As in where they took, like, if they were missing a limb, or if they were like missing a chunk of flesh or something, that was where the metal was put. And if you take the masks off of the bandits, you see that all of their faces were burned on one side.
So this is some weird pseudo Warforge type nonsense.
Sorta.
Interesting. Yes.
Would I know anything about any properties of that metal? Is it just protection, or is it like healing them in some way?
They are dead.
Well, prior to their deaths, I guess.
No, and this metal is being put on after. On the body. The body is
after
dead.
they're dead?
The body on the table is dead.
So wait, then what happened with the bandits? They were just burned and he fixed them, or?
Do you ask him?
Yeah, were the bandits dead previously too?
Are you trying to persuade him to answer you? Intimidate him to answer you? What are you trying to do? How are you trying to get an answer from him about why he is putting metal onto here?
Neither of those are good choices for me. We'll persuade him.
Okay.
Can I assist with one small gesture to try to persuade him into talking?
Sure. What is your gesture?
I'm gonna shoot the ground next to his foot.
Figured that might be the one. All right. So with that, yeah, no, there's no doubt. He says, so the Moreland corpses don't decompose. So I was tasked with creating special zombies for the Emerald Claw. And and he kind of look over at the bandits and he says, they sacrificed themselves to my cause, allowing them to serve the order in undeath.
So are they raised necromantically?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it's not the metal doing it, raising.
No, the metal is just fixing whatever to hide whatever it was that killed them, pretty much.
Gotcha.
He says, I don't know who it was, but this operation was facilitated by the Order of the Claw, Emerald Claw. There's a spy inside Salvation, but I don't know who it is. I never met them. I was only around these bandits. So, with that, is there anything else you want to do down here, or do you head back to the surface?
Head back to the surface. This way stinks.
Yeah, load up all the weapons and stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So as you head back to the surface of this outpost, or this post here, just right outside of the Mournlands, you get to the surface and to talk to Ebenezer, but you find laying on the ground next to this colossal warforge is the body of the gentleman who hired you, with two stab wounds in him.
They look
Yes,
fresh.
Very fresh.
Does he have a pulse?
He does not.
Aw, damn it. He was supposed to pay us.
Are there tracks on the ground?
Give me a survival check.
Wow, that's something I am proficient in. I hate this game.
Can I check over his body to see if if anything's weird?
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
This is bullshit.
So you look over, and, well, actually, sorry, I missaid. This is not stab wounds, they're arrows. And you see there's, 2 arrows in his side. And you do see that the pouch of coin that he had is still with him.
Probably grab that.
This is kind of pointing towards his boss potentially being the spy or whatever. At the very least, not good at protecting their people.
I mean, as long as we get paid, right?
Did you grab the bag?
I'll grab the bag.
Okay. Inside you find that there is the exact promised amount of 10 gold per person.
I hand it out evenly.
As you are handing it out, you see or you hear, I should say, the sound of what looks to be another warforge headed your direction. And you see this gentleman is decked out in what looks to be, or would be the equivalent of plate armor, but it's like fancy plate armor. It's like fused to his body because he's a warforged and it's made of metal. But you see a large sheriff's badge on his chest. And he says, "What is going on here?" As he arrives and walks up to you all.
Well, we came to do a job on the task board. We talked to this gentleman, real nice guy. He told us to go check out this tunnel. And, well, they're doing some necromancer shit down there. Bunch of dead bodies, they just burned up. And then we came back out, and now he's stabbed to death, and we're not really sure what's going on.
Do I know this individual?
Give me a history check.
Being a lawman and such.
And such. You have not met them, Dorian. Cinder Striker, you know this is the Warforged known as Sheriff. Um,
A little on the nose.
Gonna, like,
I mean,
edge out of sight, skulk a little bit.
mm-hmm.
Don't need to be part of this conversation.
She. So the Warforged says, okay. So who killed this guy?
Well, honestly, we're not sure. We just came up and he was dead and stabbed.
He was actually quite dead when we came out here, but perhaps our friend here might enlighten you as to the ongoing situation of this here dungeon, if you will. And he'll push Constax to the front.
And you see Constax is like, they are visibly shorter than they were in down below, as they stand there looking up at this Warforge. But with that, the Warforge, listens to the story and stuff, and she says, "Well, I will definitely look into this, but I'm not sure exactly who this supposed spy is supposed to be. But if I find anything out, I will reach out to you. Where are you staying?"
Just over yonder, a day's journey or so.
Okay. All right. Out of game, Tor, are you making the comment you said that it was his boss?
No, I don't want to talk to the sheriff. No.
Okay. I'm just asking.
I told everybody else, but not.
Okay.
No.
Is anybody making that connection to the sheriff?
I mean, do we even know this guy's boss?
No, you don't know them, but you, when you came up out of the tunnel and you saw the dead body, Cinder Striker said, "Well, it's looking like it's more like the boss says it is," or something along those lines. I'm just saying, do you bring it up to the sheriff?
Being of the investigative sort, I probably would.
Okay. All right. That is what I needed to know. Okay. So with that, you can make your way back to the tavern and to the inn that you stay at, and you will see that, for the most part, it is the same kind of clientele. The bard is nowhere to be found. And you, it is just a little bit, a little more mellow, but as you rest and recover from your adventures, it's not too long before Z comes back in, and you see they clearly have come back from their adventure as well. And they kind of come up to you, to the table, and says, "Well, how'd it go? I've already been hearing some rumors and gossip about you, spreading around town. Apparently you definitely have made an impression. It's great."
I almost died.
Same.
Well, you need to be careful. Especially in Salvation, fame and infamy are synonymous. So, but, both can lead to opportunities and, well, both can get you killed. So,
Unfortunately, our would-be hirer did find himself on the southern end of a ditch.
Okay. Well, I heard you. I mean, Sheriff said you did well. That you went in and you found a person for him that, they didn't know about, and said to give you a thing. And you see Z kind of passes out. It's this small coin, and hands one to each of you. And says, they told me to give you this. And you can each add one more hero point to your character sheet.
Yay.
Nice.
And with that, you have completed one quest.
Yay.
Yeah. So, with that, you managed to do the first of the quests that are within this adventure. So, all right. With that, we go back to the world map. Back to the where we started with Eberron here. And I do want to say thank you to my players for this adventure. You guys have done well so far. I appreciate.
Fine, well.
Long rest.
Yeah, you do get a long rest.
Yay.
All right. So with all of that, you do manage to to get your long rest in, and you survived at least the first part. So yeah,
Do we have 2 hero points now?
you can, yes, if you did
Unless
not spend
use
your
them.
other one.
No, if you spent it, you only have 1.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is
Correct.
there a title for this, or is it just Eberron?
No, it's Oracle of War, but the actual module is the Nightland. Yep. So, all right, let us see here. Okay, L2 is on. So why don't we go ahead and end this by raiding on out to L2. I do want to say thank you so much for everybody for hanging out with us tonight for this crazy adventure that is Eberron. It is my hope that, they don't get killed. So we'll see what happens next week.
Ashley said, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't die.
But until next time, just a reminder, we will be right here on Monday for the Dragon of Icespire Peak. Fridays for Eberron, and tomorrow we will be here for our Strix 7 College of Chaos, so join us for that chaos tomorrow. All right, let us go ahead and raid over to L2, and everybody have a wonderful night, and thank you so much for hanging out with us here at DMS Adventurers Tavern, where adventure really is always on the menu. Thanks, guys.